I want to talk to you about something that's pretty important happening in this state. There are a couple bills coming up before the Alabama legislature having to do with religion, and our friends at aldotcom, specifically John Archibald, an individual who will tell you at almost every opportunity that he is the son of a religious person. Now, he himself, I don't think that he is, but that is not any problem. My problem is that Mr. Archibald, John Archibald, Pulitzer Prize winning John Archibald. Why do you win a Pulitzer Prize? Well, basically because he copied a Washington Post editorial about how bad Roy Moore is, and he put some y'alls in it, and then they decided to give him a Pulitzer Prize. Okay? So that's basically what happened in that situation. But this isn't about that either. This is about some legislation that's coming up before the legislature and his hackney, ridiculous take on it. The column is called Alabama Quadruples Down on Putting God in Schools. Now, the angle to this that he has is that this is some right-wing evangelical Christian God and everyone else can go to hell. That's really not what's happening here. Let's go through what these bills would actually do. House Bill 179 would let schools hire chaplains or accept volunteer chaplains. I don't see why you would have any problem with this. Doesn't force them, it allows them. And that's literally what we should be looking at when we're talking about all of these. It doesn't force them, it allows them, with the exception of one of them. And I will talk about that in just a second. But this allows them to hire chaplains or accept volunteer chaplains. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is a completely reasonable piece of legislation. Who cares? Let them do that. House Bill 342 would allow schools to give elective credit for students who attend religious instruction during the day. Those who participate, quote, shall be credited with time spent as if the student attended school. John Archibald's entire take on that is the following sentence. As if. That's it. 4 letters, 2 words, 1 sentence, as if. It's incredibly embarrassing to see that this is what aldotcom considers to be a powerful opinion. Senate Bill 166 would require all public schools and colleges to display the 10 Commandments on site. And I can't imagine why anyone would have a problem with this. The 10 Commandments throughout the history of our world are the bedrock of a lot of our society. And whether you believe in them or not, well, you can't not believe in them. Whether you believe in the foundation they built or not, there's nothing wrong with them existing. And I think most people would say, I really hope my kids follow the 10 Commandments. And it's really that simple. But for some reason, this is a taxpayer money thing for him. And it's just a stupid argument all the way around. So he's missing the point on this. Where he could be critical and where he should be critical and what he should have focused on here was House Bill 231, which would have said if you do not allow and do a Judeo-Christian prayer, you'll lose 25% of your state funding. That's the bill John Archibald should have been upset about. But because he focused on all this other stuff and because he has an anti-religious bias here that is very evident, no one's going to listen to a single thing that he says. I've got a problem with House Bill 231 that ties state funding to a Judeo-Christian prayer requirement, but the rest of these will have no negative impact on the schools at all and will have a net positive impact on the parents, the kids, the teachers, and everyone else involved. And they should be passed overwhelmingly. If you got a problem with HB 231, let's have that conversation. But if you're just an anti-Christian bigot like John Archibald, don't expect anyone to listen to you or your stupid opinion to have any sway on anyone anywhere.